This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, and welcome to the Pit Stop for Wednesday the 11th. And I'm doing great. El Bucho and Steam King already in the house with us. Mikhail, hello, William. And here we are, hump day. Usually Wednesday's a slow news day, but right now with so much going on with Forza, Gran Turismo, and Project Cars 2, we seem to have a little bit to talk about each and every day, no matter what's going on. And, oh, AJ, congratulations. That's great. And I'm glad you got my email. I've been having some email problems lately. So if anybody's sent me any emails recently, feel free to send them again. Sean, S-H-A-U-N, @thesimpit.com, because for some reason I'm having email issues. I'm getting some, not getting others, it seems. So, but congratulations on 4,000. That's awesome. Incredible iRating. He's talking about his iRating on iRacing, and 4,000 is a tough number to get to. So, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here today, and I am pretty excited. I have some personal news, and I have some sim racing news today. So, we're going to get right through a few things, and anything you guys have seen out there, I'm always looking for other news that I might miss. You being the pit crew, you can help me out a lot, and you always have your pulse on our hobby just like I do. So, hopefully, anything you know about, please chime in. I'm going to start off with Forza today, and, you know, I don't go in any order other than this is the way I saved them on my my screen. So, it's not that I play favoritism in that way, but Forza always seems to be first, but they're always on the left. Anyway, not a big deal, but they have a leaderboard going on, and Joseph Newgarden's actually posting times, and there are two posts. One, 19 hours ago, where he broke into the top 100, and he thought he'd get a little more time into it, and he now has broken into the top 50, looking there in 44th place under the name JN Racer TPX2. That's Joseph Newgarden. So, the reason I bring this up is if you want to run, it's their event leaderboard for Road America, and he's in the top 1%, being 44th place out of 6,783 people who've posted times. So, if you want to see where you stand, see if you can do better than Joseph Newgarden, which would be a little pat on the back for yourself. So that's something always very cool. Leonardo, I'm not sure how to answer your question. Both. iRacing if I'm looking for a competition model. Project Cars 2 if I'm looking for incredible graphics and a lot of great career mode kind of stuff that you won't find in iRacing. They're completely different games. I can't really blanket statement one. They're different. They're both great. Hi, Michael. Hi, RGR. Hi, Carb. Hi, Brad. Hi, Steam King. Spatial Dragon. Barry Essex. Thank you all for joining in on the show. And moving right along. I'll move along. You guys have anything you want to talk about, feel free to open up. Gran Turismo. I didn't get to play it yesterday. I was catching up being out of town. Thought I was going to get to download it. So, what do you guys think? How is it so far? We got 2 comments yesterday about the demo for GT Sport, and I would like to say that I'm going to be able to try it out today, but I'll get back to what I've got going on, and I will not be able to play it today, unfortunately. But I am excited. I think it's going to be really fun to see where it is compared to Forza, obviously, and where it is compared to previous versions, just like the big question about Forza between 6 and 7. So, hello, Doctor. Thanks for joining in. Thank you, everybody. I should bring up the pit stop map real quick just to give you guys an idea. We all talk about it. If you don't see your home base on this map, please chime in. Let me know where you're from, because we have a great international audience that is one of my favorite things about doing this show at this time slot in particular. Yeah, karts would be a great addition, Spatial. I would love to see some karting in there. And if it's done well, it could be very, very cool. Brad, a little underwhelmed by GT Sport. Now, unfortunately, it ends before I get my... well, right now the CSL might not be working on the demo. So, you know, that might... You might be stuck with whatever you're doing right now anyway. And I will say, when the Forza demo came out, there was some underwhelming comments by people, and then when the game came out, I think it was quite a bit better. So, yes, William, that is only on the PS4. But yeah, I think that maybe these demos come out with not everything turned on the way you'd like, and to an extent, they might even be doing a disservice to their titles if it's not a good representation of what they've got going on. El Bucho, I would assume that's going to happen. I mean, I looked at that wording, that post from Fnatic, and it was pretty worded in a way that implied that in the future we could count on it. And, you know, I know in general Fnatic and Polyphony have a pretty good relationship. Hello, Zurich, Switzerland. I'm going to put that on my list to make sure you're on there. I don't have my pad handy, but I'll look at the comment. Zurich, Switzerland. I know I have some things in that region, but I'm not sure if I have anything specific in Switzerland. iRacing. Okay, this is a story I really like. We have a new champion. So what just happened was Ryan Lusa. I met this kid. I call him kid. I met him like 5 or 6 years ago, and he was a kid. He's no longer a kid. He's a great guy. Very, very nice guy. And he is now the peak Antifreeze NASCAR iRacing champion. And that means $10,000. That means the big giant check. That means walking the stage at Homestead, getting a Johnston's champion ring, just like all the other NASCAR champions. And he won 5 races this season, including the final race of the season to win the championship. And, you know, he beat out the likes of Ray Alfala, Michael Conti, you know, guys who've been in this series and winning championships. So winning that particular championship is got to be one of the hardest championships there is to win. The dynamic of racing and how even if you're the best, that doesn't always translate into a win the same way it does in road racing. Even if you're the best, even if you're number one in the room, you still end up cycled back at some point in dealing with traffic. And you don't always find that in road racing. So my hat's off to Ryan Lusa. He is, again, a great guy. Congratulations. Well-earned, well-deserved, and I think for a long time people knew you were going to be a big name, and you now have your day in the sun, and that's great. Well done, well done. I'll just play the final lap here of the... Actually, this is him coming to the line to win. This is iRacing Live. Give them credit for their work. Anyway, congratulations once again to Ryan Lusa, and also to Martin Kroenke, who won on the road side as well. So, hello, Birmingham, England. And yes, Steam King, I do believe it is his first peak, or you know, Antifreeze championship for Ryan. He's been a known powerhouse in the NASCAR side of iRacing. Barry, I am working on that, actually. I just sent him a friend request on Facebook, and I'm trying to make contact, and I'd really like to interview him as well. And maybe a good time to bring Ryan Lusa on the show as well, so I'll have to check in with him. I love talking to these champions and you know, hear what goes on in their head and how they're able to maintain a certain composure. I just realized my rev strip is on here. Let me turn my wheel off. That's got to be a little annoying. So anyway, well done to Ryan. That's all I'm going to say. Next up, we talked about it yesterday. This whole champion. I watched some of the live streams. I did post one of them on my Facebook page. Excuse me. So, this whole F1 esport thing going on. Big contest. Again, kind of went under the radar. They announced it. Next thing you know, guys are walking the stage, and it's on television and streaming live, and I'm not even sure what's to be won. It's such a vague competition, but when you look at what's going on behind it, this is Jack. I can't remember his name. He used to be a sim broadcaster turned Formula 1 broadcaster. He was the announcer at the Visa Vegas race. Can't remember this guy's name. I believe someone said he was a Formula 2 announcer. So, anyway, they put on a good show. It was really fun to watch. If you see any of the links to the replays, it was some great racing. And more importantly, I mean, the game didn't look super duper state-of-the-art, but it was a good show. And I think that people getting their first exposure to sim racing are seeing it in a great light there. So, anyway, that was all qualifying for the next round, which is in Dubai. And I just want to mention that if you haven't checked it out, you should check that out for sure. Spatial No Keyboard Access, Project Cars 2. Yeah, you know, these cross-platform games, sometimes the UI is a little tricky because What works here doesn't work there, and vice versa. Yeah, it takes an unreal amount of work to be at that Ryan Lusa level. Insane. Insane. Todd, mine too. It's a very fun career mode in Forza, and I've been having a good time with it, and I've been having a good time with Project Cars too. And I consider a tougher time with Project Cars 2 a good thing, a good problem to have. El Bucho, that's a great point. When you look at GT Sport and the limited content that it has by comparison to previous gens, and then all right, let's talk. Let's get real here. Gran Turismo Sport has been known for this like library of cars, the grind of the career mode, all of that stuff. And if they get rid of that and they go after a competition model, like you say, more like iRacing format, that changes the level that I would judge the sim. It changes my expectations of the sim. And notice I just used the word sim twice, because if it's not about collecting a library of cars and it's about online competition, well, now I want it to be a sim personally. So, that's a great point that you brought up. Thank you. Thank you very much. And Spatial, I'll bring that up right now, is on one of my topics, but there is a patch. So patch 1.2 for Project Cars 2 just came out today. I'm going to be getting that. I don't know what issues are resolved. They have a checklist here of all the various improvements. I don't know how much of it will, help us out, or how much it will leave it unchanged. But we're in the era of games are coming out, in my opinion, a little before they're ready to come out. They are being a little bit rushed, and then they're doing some cleanup work afterward. And I think that's been a pretty common theme. So, hopefully slow loading is resolved, and little bugs and things like that. Yes, AJ, I had so much fun at Monticello, they call it. I call it Monticello because I think that's what the Italians would call it. Incredible. The most beautiful racetrack I've ever seen in my life. And it was just, if I were wealthy, I would live there. No doubt about it. Just catching up with your guys' comments. Yep, patch. Thank you, H-Carb. Just talked about that. There's also a patch for F1 2017. So right here we got that. So we'll have to see what's going on. Wait, that wasn't my point. Did I just totally blow? No, the eSport was my point there. There was the livery patch, though. This says September 21st. But there is an F1 2017 patch. I don't have it here, in regards to liveries and some other general fixes. Yeah, and the visuals of GT Sport, I haven't looked at it other than screenshots and video I've said are amazing. And Barry, I agree. What's the point of Gran Turismo without the career mode? I think of a lot of games that I might play in the context of alone versus wanting to be online. And that was one that I always appreciated, this single career mode. Darren, that is great news. I am going to try to contact them and find out, Leo Bodner, I love my Leo Bodner wheel, try to find out exactly the dates and the deals, and maybe I can bring it to everybody's attention. So I'll mention that. I should have my pad here. I really blew it on that today. Yeah, and I wouldn't complain about Gran Turismo in a really good competition model, but it will be a disappointment to not have the content that I've always been accustomed to with it, especially with Forza coming out with a giant collection, as somebody had mentioned. Okay, so Brad, your point there about Project Cars, that's gets to something personal for me. Project Cars just announced 5 cars to be made as Hot Wheels diecast. So, I unfortunately am not going to be able to do our setup shop for beginners and attack the track this evening. I unfortunately have to cancel that show because I'm going to the Project Cars Hot Wheels VR party this evening. And I was called in at the last minute, and I need to be there, which means I have to not be here to do that setup show. So I'm going to go try to get as much information as I can. I'm actually going to be working with CXE, the party, for the announcement, and it's not open to the public, unfortunately, but it is going on at CXE Simulations, and the guys from Project Cars and the guys from Hot Wheels are all going to be there, and we'll find out exactly what's going on. Maybe we can talk about it tomorrow in the show, on the show. So, yes, Hot Wheels are going to be in Project Cars too, it looks like. Hey, ProSim. Hey, Oklahoma City, Jesse. Yeah, Spatial, when we get the full version, we're only a few days away from that at this point. What a time. What a time in sim racing. Truth, I have that on my list. Do me a favor. All right. What's your angle? Help me out. You're part of the pit crew. I will gladly contact Nicky Thim. What would you like me to talk to him about? That's the big question. I mean, just racing in general. Give me some specifics there, and we'll make it happen. Hey, Jamie, thank you very much. I have so much fun doing this show. This is the best. I love just talking sim racing news, talking sim racing, and having the news to kind of be the backbone of what we talk about for the day is a great starting point. We have a lot of fun with the show, and they go way longer. I originally thought, oh, I'll knock these shows out in 5-8 minutes. But our conversation always takes it much longer than that, but I think that's the real point. OKC, I will make sure you are on the map as well. Absolutely. Barry, I refuse to sell out. Does that mean I won't take advertising or have sponsors? No, it doesn't. Selling out to me is selling your opinions, selling your ethics, selling your morals, or even selling the style and flair of the show itself. I will stay true to what we do here, and anybody who's going to be a part of this show is going to do it in that fashion. I guarantee you. I promise you. Todd, no, I had to cancel today's stream, unfortunately. I'm very sorry. I will do my best to post a setup. We'll get to SRS in just a minute here. Hey, Gavin. Hey, yeah, get Nikki to let me drive that. I wish. Alright, I will contacting him. Thank you, Stu. No, I'm not going to sell that either. Custom wheels. Darren, that's a really open-ended question. I'll let the people out here. El Bucho, I did not. I did not. I'm going to type a different email address here. That's an alternate email address that you guys can try out. I'm having some email problem. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, but I know of a handful of emails that have been sent to me that I did not receive. At the same time, I'm still getting some emails, which makes it even harder to handle. You know, ProSim, I just had that conversation with a guy in Europe, a sim racer I know, and we're marveling at where sim racing is right now, and our exact quote was, just think where it'll be in 2 years. We are on the brink of something really special with sim racing, and these online competitions are pulling it, but part of what's pulling it is that the world is starting to see that it is entertaining, and it can be seen in that light. So it's being pulled into the masses through esport, but also the professional motorsports are seeing the draw from getting the youth group involved and interested in racing through our sims. So I think that is all really going to give us a big push over the next 2 years. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that comment. I will get as much insider information on it, and so many people asking for Nikki, so when I shut this show down today, that will be what I do next. Simpit swag is in the works. I mean, obviously I have the t-shirts at the website. There's a link there on the website at thesimpit.com. But I also am working on some other things. Like, I want a Simpit coffee mug. I'll bring up the graphic. That's the graphic that I am considering. Whoop. That's the oh, you guys can't see the whole thing. Let me shrink this down real quick. Oh, nope, that's not going to work. Anyway, that's the graphic. Here, I can do it like that. That should show it to you guys. Oh, what a mess. Anyway, I'm working on a coffee cup. That might not be the final one because somebody else is offering to help me out with it. Better graphic artist than myself. And I'm working on a few other things as well. Just for the fun of it, really. And Simpit t-shirts, yes, 2 people ordered them. They're both on the way. And I'll make the Simpit coffee mugs available on, like, Cafe Press. XXL shirts and XS shirts are both on my list, El Bucho. So I promise you that in the next few days, actually. It's all in the works right now. Hey, TGB Scooter. Thank you very much. I remember Grand Prix circuit very, very well. And 88 makes you a long timer as well. How did I come to this graphic? The one for the coffee mug? I made it myself. Put Sim on the armpit and Pit on the... I get it, Stu. That's pretty good. Well done. Well played. Well played, sir. That'd be great, Todd. I'd love to have liveries in every game. Speaking of liveries, and I haven't mentioned this, and I need to. I was going to do something special about it, but you can actually put Simpit logos on your iRacing paint schemes in the game now. So even if you use trading paints, if people aren't using trading paints, they see your underpaint, you could have Simpit logos. Hey, Jamal. And next thing, okay, Mark Zuckerberg is doing a Occulus in the future of VR. Interesting, because we just talked about that just a few weeks ago. So I might tune in for that if I have some time. That is in half an hour. So if you want to do that, go to the Oculus Twitter feed. They'll have it going on there. And hey, Cape Town, South Africa. I don't have you on the map. Not Cape Town. On the other side of the coast. I have the other side, but not Cape Town. So we'll get you added to the list as well. Bill Elliott NASCAR Challenge. That was a great one, too. Oh, retro gaming. I wish I'd kept them all. I kind of got rid of them when they stopped being, like, backward compatible. Mikhail, don't say that. I don't know if I want... I mean, my hat's off to him as accomplishments in the world, but I don't know. I'm done with celebrity presidents. I don't think that should be... I don't think just fame should be the path to presidency. I think it's a important job. Alright, I had this up only to mention the VR party, because that takes me to... nope, that doesn't take me to that. Well, actually it does. So, tonight was going to be our live stream with our setup for beginners. I'm sorry, I'm reading comments and talking. Tonight was going to be our live stream for setup for beginners and attack the track for our first race of the season in sim racing systems. And I cannot do that because I'm going to be at that VR party this evening. Actually, I have a better image than this. But real quick, let's talk about sim racing systems. So, here's our season for the year. We're going to be running the Ferrari 312 1967 Formula 1 car. It's a beast. We've stepped it up again. We went from the Mazda to the Porsche to the Ferrari. And it's getting a little bit more difficult. But if you've been around, maybe you're getting more acquainted. Excuse me. If you want to race with us, we're going to be racing Thursday and Friday nights at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thursday and Friday nights. And I say that because this week's track, Thursday and Friday, is Zandvoort. Both nights will run Zandvoort. If you run both, you pick your best points from the two as your week points for the series of 6 weeks. That's the way it works. You don't need to be there for both races. If Friday works but Thursday doesn't, you're all good. Or vice versa. Or you can run both and pick your best finish. So here's our schedule. Zandvoort. New Zandvoort. Right out of the game. New Spa. Right out of the game. Fuji Speedway 68. Now that's DLC. You're going to have to get that from Race Department. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Riverside Long. That's DLC. You're going to have to get it from Race Department. Nordschleife Endurance Cup, that's in the game, Assetto Corsa, stock content. Mazda 66 full, so the 66 version running the oval and the GP, well, the old school GP circuit combined, that's in the game Assetto Corsa as well. So, the only DLC you have to buy, you'll need Assetto Corsa, you'll need the Ferrari Anniversary Pack. Yeah, I love Zandvoort. I'm really looking forward to this season. These tracks I'm very excited about. I'm a little afraid about Nordschleife, but I think that we're going to have fun. And if you, yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be crazy, but it'll be fun. So, yeah, well, I'm going to work on getting Nikki. Anyway, so I'm really excited about this season. I'm going to do the same thing as last season. I'm going to give a Simpit t-shirt to one lucky person. All you have to do is post a score each week. You don't have to finish well. You don't have to run both races. You just need to score points each week of the season. You'll be eligible for the drawing for a Simpit t-shirt. So, yes, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, California time. This is on Assetto Corsa on the PC. I am hoping that Sai will be back with us. I really, really hope so. Really hope so. So, I really hope also that all of you will join us. Normally, I will do a setup shop on Wednesdays. I'm not great with setup. Sai came in last season at the end and helped us out. Not only made some comments on our setup, but then provided one for everybody. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some organic help. When I'm going to look into maybe doing a hosted session for the setup shop so that maybe all of us can work on the setup together in addition to me streaming the live show and doing it all simultaneous. So that's something I'm looking into this season. Sorry I can't do this evening, but I think it'll be fun to get information on that Hot Wheels Project Cars 2 thing. So, I really do, again, let's pull this graphic down. What you want to do is go to simracingsystem.com, SRS, simracingsystem.com. You want to register for an account. You will need to email verify your account. You will then need to download. So if you go to SRS and you go to instructions, you will then download the Assetto Corsa app. You will then extract the files from that app into your Assetto Corsa directory. All this is at their thing under instructions. I'm just telling you how to do it. Then you need to start Assetto Corsa. Go to your options tab. Go all the way, go to the general tab of options, go all the way down to the bottom, and then you have to turn on Sim Racing System app. Then you need to exit Assetto Corsa, restart the sim, and then you'll see a new way of launching Sim Racing Systems right within. At that point, you'll see their logo. It's pretty hard to miss. The other thing I would recommend you do is get the Assetto Corsa skin transfer. So if you just do a search for skin transfer Assetto Corsa, you're going to actually find the first hit goes to Sim Racing System in their forum. And right here, same thing. You're going to go down to here. It's hard to see, but under downloads. So here's this post in their forum. Step 1, Step 2. Here's the skin transfer app. Right next to it's the word link. You'll download that app. You will then extract that into your Assetto Corsa directory. And same thing. Fire up the sim, go to options, go to general, scroll all the way to the bottom, and turn on the skin transfer. That way, if anybody has any custom skins, you'll be able to see theirs. It'll automatically download them into the race. So, I'm sorry, Mikhail. I'm very sorry. Yeah, it's hard for me to pick a really good time that works for everybody for racing. So, and when I first got involved with Sim Racing System, they were really looking for some North American series because they do have a lot of European ones already. So there's a reason that I actually went with our time zone to make it sort of round out their whole competition model better. Is there any way that AC comes to terms with this? What do you mean, Barry? Not sure what you mean there. Oh, shoot, Steven, even worse for you. So if you go to that, you can see they have an app. Now, I noticed they still don't have any racing, so I think this is still in the works. But R Factor 2 and Automobilista are in the works, it looks like. Looking at their racing series, they're all Assetto Corsa still. So I believe it's next season that you're going to start seeing some R Factor 2 stuff. And who's to know in the future? Lefty Two Guns, there's a lot of comparisons. It's sort of taking Assetto Corsa in the direction of iRacing in that there is a ranking system. So you can see here, this is my... Can I zoom in on this for you guys? Bear with me. This is my licensing right here. And you can see I have a 426, which is just okay, rating, with a 2.789 incident per race average, and 1 top 3 and 13 top 10s. So, it is a little like iRacing. There is a ranking system. There is things going on like iRating-ish type things and safety ratings and whatnot. So, yes, it is like iRacing in a way. So, but you're running on Assetto Corsa, so that makes it completely different. Barry, I don't know. I would only assume. I mean, it's a great system, but I think it's, doing one thing at a time. I think he's trying to get over R Factor 2 and Automobilista and the things that work with that family, or the graphics engine, or the physics engine of R Factor, which is what Automobilista runs on, I believe. So, hey, Alex from Brazil. Yes, iRacing force feedback is completely different than Assetto Corsa R Factor 2, and there's a certain vibrance, and it's funny, across the board, I mean, I love iRacing, but their color palette is a little pale, so I would say Assetto Corsa and R Factor are more vibrant in color. Their sounds, as great as they are, and as perfectly timed to the sim as they are, they're not super vibrant. You get into R Factor, you get into Assetto Corsa, and all of a sudden sounds are popping. Force feedback is also a little quiet or muted. It's there, it's giving you the feedback you need, but it takes a lot longer to really get tuned into it than R Factor or Assetto Corsa, which will hit you in the face. Yes, Eagle. Yes, the TSPC is the same as the TSXW, which are similar but slightly different than the TGT because it has a few extra things thrown in. But I believe the motor, and I know the motor's the same. I believe the drive system is the same as well. And yeah, Country Gal, iRacing is so deep when it comes to their ranking system and the iRating, and we talked about a 4,000 iRating, and it's like if you have a 4,000 iRating, you are running against the best of the best, and you will rarely see the amateurs or the newbies to the sim. And if you're new to the sim, you're rarely going to race against the super pros because you don't have enough iRating to be in there. So it separates everybody out. SRS has a little bit of that. It's just not nearly as detailed and deep. El Bucho, I will look for it immediately. Just and it's helping me verify what's going on with my email as well. Oh, it's alright. Gosh, we're already at 35 minutes, Ron. I'm glad you pointed that out to me. Anyway, so, and we've had a good show. We've basically been kind of just openly chatting today as much as anything else. So, again, I'm going to kind of bring things to a close. I think I've covered all of my real agenda. I'm going to bring up the map here one more time. I won't be here for tonight's show. Very, very sorry about that. And I didn't get a chance to do the Grand GT Sport demo yet because I was just playing catch-up yesterday. And then now I have to run off to that party for Project Cars 2 and Hot Wheels, which I'm very excited about. So I'm going to be doing a combination of working and playing, because as all you know, I do work some trade shows and parties for CXC Simulations. So I'm looking forward to it. I have a good time working with the crowd, showing them sim racing for the first time. You know, that's what I love to do. So, yeah, in Pro Sim, this is the best time ever to get into sim racing. I wouldn't have even imagined that we really have gotten to the point we're at today, and now we're getting to that point we're going to start exceeding the expectations that I ever imagined for it, and that's awesome. UP, what's the UP? UK will get another pin. Yes, Stu, Hot Wheels, and Project Cars 2 are joining forces. William, I love my job. I really do. I have so much fun doing what I do. I love sim racing. I love the variety of sims, the variety of products. I love our crowd. I love our community. I've been a hobbyist in so many different things, and so many of them can be pretentious, stuffy, hard to get help, hard to have fun, hard to make friends, and then there's sim racing, and I got all of you guys. So I really do love it. El Bucho, no I don't, other than that photo we had. So I will contact them as well. I want to find out more and get one in for review even. So I'll do my best to get that going as well. So anyway, that is going to take us to the end of today's show. Thank you once again, everybody. Congratulations again to Ryan Lusa. I don't want to lose thought about that, because that is one of the hardest championships there is to win. And great job, Ryan. Congratulations if you're watching. And I'll do my best to contact you if you and perhaps do an interview with you and Nicky Thim as well. Am I saying his name right? Hey Stan, glad you made it. We're just bringing it to an end just now, but I'm glad you're here. And hello, how you doing? I sent you an email, Stan, and I'm having email problems. I'm going to type my email one more time. If anybody's been trying to get a hold of me and having trouble, try this. And if you don't hear back from me, you can assume I didn't get it, because I get back to every email I get. I have a 0 fail on emails, and if I missed it, then it didn't get to me. Anything in the last couple of weeks. Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Okay, you got it. I will add one for you as well. So that is today's show. Thank you very much for being here. Had a great time. Hump day, slow on news, but lots of great conversation with you. Nicky Team. Thank you. I'll do a little research before I bring them on and make that kind of mistake. So just hitting it with my normal American, ignorant, we read it like we see it kind of accent. Anyway, thank you very much for being here today. Had a lot of fun. We'll be back tomorrow morning with a show, and we will be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. for our first race of the season in that Ferrari. I cannot wait. Zandvoort in the Ferrari. Great combination. Gmail. Oh, I'm sorry. I totally blew that. I'm glad you guys caught me. That one is Gmail. That is my backup email. That is my primary email. And I appreciate you guys letting me know. I didn't. See, that's the thing, Stan. I'm not getting emails. I'm getting some. I'm having a really hard time figuring out what's going on. I'm getting some, but not all. And it didn't go in spam because I was checking that as well. So, I apologize. If this continues, what I will do is set myself... I have a Hotmail account. You know what? Let me give you guys a backup of backups. Hold on. Hold on. I only do this because it's just been really making me mad. I know people have been sending me emails because I talk to you guys and you tell me you sent me an email. I'm like, I didn't get it. Bear with me. I have to look at this is my password book. You're not supposed to do that. No, not that one. Alright. Maybe I don't have a current Hotmail. I am going to set up a backup email. and I'll be able to give you guys that tomorrow, just so that we can make sure you guys can get a hold of me if you need to. So yeah, sorry about delaying that, just to give you nothing. Please hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Do everything you can to help us join the pit crew, and do everything you can to help us grow the show. Yeah, double backup. Isn't that terrible that I need one? No, it's not even busy, Stan. I'm just not getting any. One PHX. That's very funny you say that. I talked to Jessica just like last month, and that is in the works as well. So I'll double contact her again and get her on here, and we'll do a catch up with Jessica. I think that'd be a lot of fun to see what she's been up to after all these years. So anyway, that is going to bring today's show to an end. 40 minutes for just talking with you guys, talking about some basic news. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., same bat time, same bat channel. I'll take my sip of Kvartia. I feel like The Ladies' Man, if you guys know that movie or show. So you guys have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow night for the race as well. Please join us for the race. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, you can win a Simpit t-shirt just for taking part in the series with us. So that is it for the pit stop. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.